We're already on to part 6 of this series, and the photos are getting sadder and scarier. From the last photo taken of a girl before she fell over Niagara Falls, to a selfie taken right before a deadly car accident. Let's talk about these and more only on today's Top 10 list. But before I begin, you guys may be wondering where I am. Well, Toronto is in another lockdown, so we have to film from home. But fortunately, we are still going to be making content for you all, just at a different location. Starting off this countdown, we have the deadly falls. It's thought that 20 to 30 people die every year by going over Niagara Falls. Between 1850 to 2011, 5,000 bodies were found at the bottom of the falls. That's horrifying. Sadly, 20-year-old Ayana Tokumasu is one of the fall's victims. In 2011, Ayana was visiting the falls with her friends. At first, it's thought that she climbed over the railing and threw herself into the water, but surveillance footage revealed otherwise. The footage revealed that she was balancing on the safety railing to look at the falls, while her friends were taking photos of her. As she was climbing back over the railing, she lost her balance and slipped in. The last photo of her was taken right before she fell in, and it was taken by accident by another couple visiting the falls that day. The couple was having their photo taken, and in the background you can see Ayanu standing over the railing looking at the falls. It's so tragic. Too many people have died trying to take the perfect picture. Coming in at number 9, we have the final goodbye. This is the last photo of a 21-year-old college student named Luke. It was taken by his family members as he headed off to college. Just look at the photo. It's as if he was saying, "Don't worry, Mom, I'll be back to visit." Like trying to reassure his family that he's gonna be okay on his own. Sadly, while driving to college, he got in a car accident. The other driver had been drinking while driving. The car accident took his life. Now this breaks my heart. They probably were already so nervous to send their kid away to college. They said their goodbyes, not knowing it would be their last. Coming in at number 8, we have Connor Cummings. Connor Cummings was a 20-year-old college student and photographer that died doing what he loved. In 2016, Connor and his friend Dimitri climbed up on top of the Four Seasons Hotel to take some photos. This was the last photo taken of Connor by Dimitri. It was taken before he fell 52 stories to his death. On that day, Connor climbed up on the hotel's catwalk to take more photos, but as he was backing up, he slipped and fell. Just another young person that was taken from this world too soon. Moving on to number 7, we have Hank CARR. On May 19th, 1998, Hank CARR was arrested after fatally shooting his girlfriend's son. After he shot him, he took his body to the police and said it was an accident, and that the boy was dragging the gun when it went off. He also lied and said that he was Joseph Bennett, the biological father of the child. Anyway, Hank ended up running from the police station while being chased by police officers. Finally, he was caught and arrested. This photo was taken when he was captured by the police, and it's the last photo taken of him and the 2 detectives in the photo. Just minutes later, Hank used a hidden key to escape his handcuffs. He then killed the 2 other detectives seen in the photo, the one on the left and the one on the far right. He then led police on a huge chase before taking his own life. In our 6th spot, we have the glider plane crash. On August 1st in 1943 in St. Louis, people from all over gathered to see the test flight for a glider plane. Sadly, the test flight didn't go as planned. After takeoff, the plane lost one of its wings. Apparently, a bolt wasn't fastened tight enough and the whole wing came off. The plane then fell 2,000 feet down into a field. All 10 passengers inside passed away. The plane was filled with some notable people, such as Mayor William Becker, the founder of Lambert Airport and the head of the company that built the plane, and St. Louis County Chief Executive. This was the last photo taken of the men. It was taken just minutes before takeoff. What's very creepy is that people who witnessed this accident said the glider went down with a huge thump. There was no explosion or fire, just a very loud thump. That sound has haunted many for years. We're now at our 5th and halfway mark with the drop-off. This photo was posted to Reddit by the user Tonight As You Sleep. This is the last photo she took of her husband. As he walked into the airport, she took out her phone to take this photo. 2 days later, he was found dead in his hotel room. This is so tragic and sad. Apparently, he passed away from peritonsillar abscess. Basically, it's a bacterial infection from untreated strep throat or tonsillitis. He kept saying he would tough it out and that he was fine, although his wife told him he needed to see a doctor. Eventually, the infection spread to his blood and took his life. In our fourth spot, we have the fatal trip. Tara and Pippa Darlington had worked hard to save up enough money to go on a trip of a lifetime together. They saved their money up and planned for this trip for months. They were accompanied on this trip by their friend Josh Stump. This photo was taken of the two sisters while on their 3-month trip around Morocco. They had an amazing time. However, on September 17, 2012, while on their journey back home to the UK for their mom's birthday, they got in a terrible car accident. Both the sisters were killed. Their friend Joshua managed to survive, but was seriously injured and was in a coma. I tried to find out more of what happened to Josh, like if he woke up from his coma, but I couldn't find anything on it. I just find it so sad that this mother lost both her daughters. Now, apparently the place where the car accident occurred was the same road where there have been 25 other deaths 2 weeks prior. Yeah, 25 deaths in 2 weeks on this road. Something's not right there. That road is not safe. Coming in at number 3, we have George Mallory and Sandy Irvine. George Mallory is known as one of the first people to climb Mount Everest. Sadly, he is also one of the mountain's first victims. So in 1924, George, along with his friend and fellow climber Andrew, or Sandy Irvine, began their ascent of Everest. But to this day, no one knows if they were ever able to make it to the top, or what happened along the way. But they did not return home. This was the last photo taken of the two together. Over the years, several expeditions have been conducted in order to find the two missing climbers. 75 years later, George Mallory's body was found. It appeared as if he had fallen to his death. He was found with a bad rope injury around his waist, which made it seem like Irvine was attached to him and they fell together. But to this day, Irvine's body has never been found. On top of that, George had a bad wound on his forehead. It's thought that when he fell, he died from an ice axe getting plunged into his head. Now, like I said before, it's unsure if the pair successfully made it to the top, but it's thought that they may have. This is because George was climbing with a picture of his wife in his wallet. He said he would leave it at the top of Everest. When he was found, the picture was not on him, meaning maybe they did make it to the top and he put it up there as promised. Also, George was found with his snow goggles in his pocket. Maybe this is because they were making their way back down as the sun was going down, so he took off his goggles so he could see better. But sadly, I don't think we'll ever know what truly happened to the pair. And at number 2, we have Green Boots. Green Boots was the name given to a body of an unidentified male climber that was found on Mount Everest. He was given the name Green Boots for the bright green climbing boots he was found with. Sadly, to this day, his body has never been properly identified, but it's thought to be the body of Sawang Palyor, an Indian climber who died on Everest in 1996. He was seen wearing similar green boots that day. Or it was his team member, Dorji Morup, who was also wearing green boots. I just find it so sad that we don't truly know who this body belongs to. Anyway, this is the last photo taken of the climber. To this day, his body still remains on Mount Everest, and climbers use it as a landmark to know where they are on the mountain. And in our number 1 spot, we have the Bataclan theater selfie. On November 13th, 2015, something tragic happened that changed the lives of many forever. On this day, 4 terrorists with guns entered the Bataclan Theater in Paris and started shooting. This occurred while people were waiting to watch the band The Eagles of Death Metal perform. This photo was taken by one of the victims, Giles Leclerc. He took a selfie with his girlfriend, Marianne Lebanon, while waiting for the show. The photo was then uploaded onto his Instagram. That was the last photo ever taken of him. When the gunmen entered the theater, some people believed it was part of the performance at first. But Giles knew better. He took his girlfriend and dived to the floor. He shielded her with his body as the shots were firing. He died a hero. 98 innocent lives were taken that day, including Giles. Alright guys, I know that was a pretty hard video to sit through, so let's move right along to our comment shout-out portion, you know, to brighten the mood. I'll be shouting out comments from the video Top 10 Simpsons Predictions that made us question reality. Ooh. James McCrae commented, Matt Groening gets a daily paper dated 27 years into the future. Honestly, at this point, it seems like it. He's got some psychic abilities or something going on there. Maddie Plays This Cookie commented, I love watching this, lol. Well, thank you, Maddie. Much appreciated. Thank you. Ty Diggity commented, The Simpsons aren't predicting the future. They're writing the future. Just another thing to maybe think about. Conspiracy theory. I like it though. Alright guys, that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see ya.